Good afternoon, Twyla from Twyla's Totes. I'm doing another video for you guys this week because I'm anxious to get this one done to match my bag. I'm doing the Edgy Essence Wallet by Chris W. Designs Bag Patterns. Okay, this is what it looks like without the bow. I added the bow. But you have card slots, slip pocket, and you have a slip pocket up under here, and over on this side you have card slots and an ID window, and then you also have a center zipper divided pocket. And this is a raw edge pattern. You can use cork or vinyl. And I just added the bow because I've been making them to go with my Ballora bags. And somebody asked me how I did the bow. Well, when you cut out these pieces, like this piece, when you have two pieces, if you put them together like this, you see that in the middle? You got kind of a bow that you're going to fold. And what I do with it, I cut mine down a little bit. I just use that as reference. And then I took it, hold on, I had it just, oh, it's over here. I made myself a little template. Kind of looks like that. And then when you fold in the edges to meet on the back side, like that, you'll have a little bow. And then I just use the piece that you would cut out from the zipper pocket section, you know, to put the zipper in. This vinyl piece right here, when you cut that out, I use that to wrap the bow. So you have the center section right there. And we just sew that on. It's really cute. Okay, I'm making mine to match my Haunted Mansion themed bag. So this is my outside. I went ahead and I took a piece of vinyl and folded it in, added my lace. My inside is going to be the wallpaper material or wallpaper pattern. Black zipper tape with gunmetal, and then I've got all my little card slot pieces cut and ready to go. And I also pre-glued, I cut one of my tabs and then overcut the other side. Excuse me. And then I'm going to top stitch around this, now that the glue's dried, top stitch around that, and then cut out the other side so that we've got them matching. Okay, so I'm going to get you guys in position and we will get this made. Okay, that looks good. There's my Haunted Mansion Ballora that I already did. This is a Itsy embroidery pattern, and then I just added the Twyla's Totes inside. So it's my bag tag. Okay, so that's what we're looking to have a wallet to match. Move this one out of the way. Okay, first I'm going to start off with my tab piece. Get that top stitched. Okay. This shouldn't take too long because I don't know, excuse me, it just didn't seem to take that long when I did it before. Okay, we're just going to top stitch down the edges. looks good. Okay, I'm going to use my sharp scissors and we're just going to cut them to match. And I may edge coat this later when I'm done because of the white backing on this vinyl. I'll just carefully cut that out with a sharp pair of scissors. There we go. Looks good. Now also on that pattern piece you have your hole marked. There's a placement for your snap. So I'm going to go ahead and punch that hole while I'm here so that we can add our snap. There we go. Now I'm going to take my little bow tie piece here, so I can show you guys how I do this, and some tape. And I'm going to put a piece of tape in the center. Now, when you're cutting this out, this will be longer. So what I did, my original piece, is I folded it over till I had the distance that I wanted in here. I mean, there might be a pattern out there somewhere that has a little bow pattern, but basically you just want it to fold over, meet up nicely. Experiment with some paper to get your piece the way you want it. Okay, so I'm going to put a little piece of tape in the center here. Excuse me. And then I'm going to fold these in to match the edges, meet up the edges. Here we go. And you've got a cute little bow. Okay, now here's my pattern piece for the zipper divided pocket. And I didn't completely cut out the interior. So I'm going to take that now. I'm just using my scissors to cut all the way to the corners there. Okay. So now I have a little piece that I will wrap around the center. And I'll do the same thing. I'll just put a little piece of tape on the back side here. Of my bow. I'll place this in the center and then I'll just wrap it. When I come back around to meet the other side, that's where I'll cut the bow or the vinyl. So it meets up in the middle, and that's our front side. We're going to take this piece and I'm going to place it. Let's see, where's my other one? So I get an idea. Kind of up here just at the top of the curve, where it starts to curve. That's where I'm going to place that. Okay, and then I'm just going to sew around that center piece, and that'll sew everything together, hold everything together. Okay, and I'll do another piece of tape. So that we can place it on there and it won't move on us. Oh, that's cute. Okay. And I'm going to start on one of the longer sides of that. There we go. There's our tab piece. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place my snap on here. I'm gonna we need one of those. One of those. One of those. Kind of wish I had some green ones. That would be really cute. One of those. Okay. So this piece will get this flat back piece, or front piece, that goes on the front. We'll put it through the hole there that we've punched. Okay, and that piece will also get on the other side, on the back side of it, you know, this piece. Okay, and we're going to place that over it, and then we're going to use the rivet press and press them together. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me get that done for you guys so you can see. There we go. Got that done. And I'm going to go ahead and get the press pieces set up for the other side of the snap while I'm over here. So when we get ready to do that part. Okay. There's our snap tab. Okay. It's really cute. So we're going to set this over here for now, out of the way. That's just an extra piece. My pattern piece, make sure I put those back in there. Okay, next we're going to take the outside piece, and the pattern has markings for where the tab is going to sit. So make sure that you put that in wrong side up. And I use a lot of tape in this pattern, but when she wrote it, she uses glue. So you can use glue if you want to, or you can just use tape. We're going to set that in there. Okay, we're not going to stitch it down yet. Got that in there. Okay, now we're going to take, I'm going to take some skinnier tape, and I'm just going to tape around the edges here. This is where you would put glue if you were going to be gluing it. But I'm using tape. But I think glue, they do the inside, the whole inside of it too. But I'm just using tape on the edges here. Okay. Remove the back of the tape. The paper backing. And then we're going to place our inside lining piece on there. Okay. And I have mine this way around because I want the, when I open it, I want to see the Haunted Mansion pieces right side up. Which it does, there we go. Which is going to be covered up anyway with the card slot pieces. Oh well. Here we go. Edges match pretty good. Trim that down. Okay, I got my pieces all lined up. There's the inside. Okay, next we're going to take the ID window piece and our clear piece of plastic for our ID window. We're going to take some thin and flip it over to the back side. Oh, and also what I did before when I was prepping, I went ahead and top stitched the card slot pieces. I didn't do this piece yet because I wanted to show you guys. Okay, we're going to put 1/8 inch tape all the way around the opening for the ID window so that we can put that in place, and then we're going to sew around this. Remove your backing. And for the zipper pocket, there's no lining to it. I mean, you can do the heat transfer vinyl if you want, you know, or you can just leave it raw, which is what I did on mine, all the ones I did. Okay, press that down. And we're going to top stitch around the opening of this window. Double check my bobbin. We're good. Okay, and I'm going to pull through the threads, so I'm just going to hold them, leave them long. And then when we get to the other end here, we'll just tie these off together. Okay, pull the threads to the back. We're going to tie these off. Okay, I'm going to singe the threads a little bit. Here we go. Now we're going to top stitch and we're doing across this edge here, and we're stopping right here, and then we're top stitching the top of this. Okay? Okay, when I get to this one corner, I'm going to leave the threads long and tie them. Because we're going to stitch that other short piece later, and I want them to kind of look seamless. I'm just going to get my fingers to work here. The other end I just backstitched. But you could pull your threads through on all of them if you wanted to. this other piece, let me see. Yeah. And then we're going to close. Yeah, we're going to stitch, top stitch that, because that's our opening for our wallet piece. Let me double check. Where's my example? Yeah. And I'm just going to back stitch on this too, on both sides, either end. Okay, there we go. Next, we're going to get panel A, which you cut 2 to 3 pieces. I cut 1 stripes and 2 of the wallpaper, and we're going to top stitch across the top of each one of those. Check my bobbin, it sounds low. No, it's just, I'm going to go ahead and change it. Just so we don't have to worry about it for the rest of this. That's 2 of them. Let's do this one. Okay, I've got those 3 pieces done. Okay. Now we have placement pieces. We're going to take panel A, trying to decide. Do I want this showing through, or do I want the stripes showing through? I think I might want the stripes. That would look kind of cute. Okay, and we also have these pieces in the pattern. These are going to be our placement pieces for our card slots. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our little card slot pieces, slots A, and I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the bottom of them. Just across the bottoms, so that when we put them in place, they kind of stay. Okay, and I'm going to take my placement piece, pattern piece, and I'm going to make sure that this is the top stitched edge, okay? And we're going to place this across the top of that top stitched edge. Okay, and I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to mark my first card slot piece, where that's going to go. Okay, we're going to take the tape off the back of this, and we're going to set this short edge. See that marking? We're going to set the short edge on that marking. Okay. Kind of make sure my top pieces are straight. Okay, I'm going to check this really quick and make sure that that's going to cover, which it does. Okay, now we're going to stitch, top stitch across that bottom piece down there. Next, we're going to take our placement piece. Okay, I didn't sew the other two pieces down. We're going to take our placement piece and I'm going to fold it again on the next line and line it up with the top edge of the, and we're going to mark the placement of that short edge piece. Okay. Remove our tape. Kind of line it up with our, there we go. There's our other piece. We're going to top stitch that one at the bottom edge. Okay, there we go. And these pieces are loose right now because we're going to top stitch those down in a minute. Then we take our final piece. We're going to place that right here along the bottom edge. And I'm just going to clip that. I'm not going to tape it. Just lining up the bottom edge and the side. Get all our edges and corners and stuff meeting up together. Now we have the stripes showing through our window. I really like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here and we're going to stitch all the way around here and we're going to catch this raw edge side over here. Okay? I'm going to clip to hold that down. Okay, hold on, let me double check. Oh, no. I'm just going to leave that clipped. We're not going to do that part yet. Put that down, put that down. Okay. Do that, do that, do that. I'm jumping around in the pattern here, so it's okay. Got all that down. Okay, we're going to leave that off to the side. Then we're going to take our other piece, placement piece, and one of our other piece A, and we need our card slots B. Okay, there's two of our curved tab pieces and one of this other piece. So we're going to take our same thing, our placement piece, and I'm going to fold it on this one line, the blue line, and we're lining it up with the top stitched edge. So that's our top right here. Okay, now I'm going to mark where this is going. You can use a measurement too. You can use your ruler and measure it if you want. Okay, so we're going to take one of the pieces with the little tabbies on the end. Put our tape along the edge of it. And put tape on this one too. Okay, remove the backing of the tape and place it on that line you've marked. Okay, and then we're going to top stitch along that bottom edge there. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold on the yellow line, line it up, and make our mark. And my hand moved on that one. Totally uneven. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, that's better. Oh, no, I'm going to have to go look for that in a minute. Okay, remove your backing and place that piece down on the line. Here we go. And we're going to top stitch across the bottom of that. Well, it would help if I put it on the line. Totally missed that line. There we go. Got it. Okay, now we're going to take our lower piece and we're going to clip it like we did on the other one. And as you glue these pieces, the edges in the pattern, which you can if you want to. But I'm just going to clip it for now because we're fixing to sew. We're about to sew on that. Okay, now we've got those pieces done. Got everything clipped. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ID part and we're going to do 2 rows of stitches along the center here to divide it. Oh wait, yes, yeah. And what I'm going to do, let's see, I think there's marks. Yes, it's on our placement piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ruler and find that measurement. Okay. And then I'm going to mark it on my card slot piece here. Well, that clip just threw itself in the trash. Okay, line this up on the bottom, matching, and I'm just going to make a line. Down my center piece there. There we go. Okay, you see my line? So now I'm going to stitch that up. Well, let me clip this back. Doesn't move. Okay, my other row stitches are going to be like 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. Towards the cards. So I'm just going to put my foot, my inner foot there. I'm just putting it right along the edge, and then I'm going to stitch all the way up. Okay, and what we've done here is we've closed up our ID window and the card slots. This will get closed up in a minute when we put the whole thing together. Okay, now we've got that done. We're going to do basically the same thing. We're going to do the center for the card slots. And I'm going to do it the same way. Get my measurement. And we will do 2. Doing 2 lines? Yes. And I'm just going to mark it from either direction so that hold on, let me double check this. Nope, wait a minute. That's a little bit off. No, it'll be okay. It'll be okay because we're going to do this first one and then I'll do 1/8 inch next to it like I did on the other one. Okay, that's right. I thought I had my measurement off. We're good. And I'm going to do a little back stitch at each of these top of these card slot pieces just to make sure we've got, you know, they're a little bit reinforced. Okay. Same thing. There we go. That looks good. Well, let me get a card so I can make sure. I'm pretty sure we're good. Yep, we're good. Yep, looks good. Okay, now we've done that. Now we're going to take our card slot, or excuse me, our ID window piece, and we're going to place it on our main piece up here where the tab is. We're going to line up the edges, the corners. There we go. That looks good. Okay. Got that lined up. We're not stitching it on yet. We just have it pinned down. What I need to do is make my hole for my other part of my zipper. I mean, excuse me, my snap. Let's do that and get that put on. So we go through all our layers there. Okay, and we are taking this long post piece, and that goes from the inside. Okay, and then we take this other little piece, it looks like a little top hat, kind of, a little short hat, and we'll place that on top, and we'll use our rivet press to press it down. Looks good. Okay. Now we're going to take, we haven't done the zipper part, have we? Oh, that's coming up. I'm just used to having the zipper ready to go. Let's do the zipper. Let's put this aside for now. And we're going to take our zipper piece and our zipper. I got this cute little, you want kind of a thin zipper on this because when it folds up, you don't want it getting in the way when it's all closed up. I have this Haunted Mansion key that I'm going to use. Okay. Let me get some zipper cut here. Put my pull on like a oh, come on. It's being difficult. I don't want to have to get out my little... There we go. I don't want to have to get this out, but I guess I'm going to have to. I can usually do it. Because the zipper's so small, I didn't want to risk opening it up all the way. Okay, I'm having issues. Maybe I need a different zipper. Nope. We're good. There we go. Nope, that's not right. Okay, let's do this again. There we go. That's better. Nope, that's not right either. I'm getting it too. There we go. That's good. Sorry that took me so long. Now, we're going to do, cinch the edges a little bit here. Put a little bit of tape. On the edges of my zipper. Okay. We're going to remove the tape backing. And I'm going to have my zipper going to the left, opening to the left. Okay, we'll move the tape from the other side. Okay, and then we're just going to sew around the whole opening because we don't have any lining to worry about. Just make sure you move your zipper out of the way. Your zipper pull. Back stitched on there, yeah. And you can tie these off if you want to. I did a back stitch, but I'll tie this piece also. There we go. That's our zipper done. And you're just going to fold this in half and top stitch around the edge of it. Because this will be down. This is a bit long. Let me trim that back a little bit. It's kind of in the way of the fold. There we go. Oh, that's good. That end feels okay. Okay, here we go. Make sure your zipper's pull is out of the way. There's our little zipper pouch. Okay, and you don't need to line it. You can if you want to, but it's not necessary. Okay, got that out of the way. Now I'm going to take main body piece that I was working with and my welt pieces. You should have 4 of these. Okay, and I'm going to take a little piece of tape and put it down one side here. And this is going to be, let's see, we'll do 2 opposites on either side here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces and they're going to be marked. I know there's a mark on there. Hold on, let me see if I can find the, oh, there it is. We're going to take our card slot piece, panel, unfold it completely, line it along that bottom edge there, and then we're going to mark on either side here. This is where our welt pieces are going to be. Okay. So I'm going to put the top edge of this one right there on that mark. And the same on this side. Right there at that mark. Along the edge. Okay? Good. Got that part done. Now we're going to sew from this bottom corner here. We're going to go all the way up and around and back down. Okay? And that will close off our ID window slots and all that. Don't sew across the bottom part yet. Okay, now I've got my little tabs hanging off the edge over here, so I'm just going to trim those off even. There we go. Now that we've done that, we're going to take our zipper panel and we're going to place that in here. Okay. So we're going to put some tape again on these little pieces here, these little wings, the welts. Put tape on this side too. Line this up with the top edge of the zipper part. Clean out. Clip that too. It's taped, but we want to clip it too, because we're not going to sew it just yet. Okay, we'll do the same on this side. got those done. Now we're going to take our other welt pieces. We're going to put some tape on those. In the pattern, you'd be using glue on these pieces, but we're using tape. Take the other edge too, because we're going to end up doing both sides. Okay. So we're going to remove the tape on one side over here. On this one, it'll be on the right side piece. And we're going to match it up with our top edge there, and then down along there. See? There's the other. I'm just matching those welt pieces up together. Okay, and then on this piece, we're going to remove the tape from the left side. And do the same thing. We're going to match it up. There. Oops. All the way down. Okay, it looks good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to stitch down these straight pieces of the welts. Okay, you just kind of pull it over to the side. Line it up to the edge. Then we'll do the same on the other side. Pull it over towards this side so that you're not sewing through your wallet piece. Okay, and our zipper should be caught in there. Okay, now we're going to take our card slot piece and put the back on that one already. Oops. Yeah. I'm going to put the card slot piece together with, okay, this one's on the outside. Okay, I'm going to take my third piece and I'm going to put them together and top stitch across the top. So that they're top stitched together, because I want the inside piece, excuse me, to be finished also. See? So I'm going to top stitch across that. Trim that. Okay, got that trimmed. Oh, what we're going to do is we're going to take the tape off the welt piece here. Okay. And we're going to line up the edge with the top edge of our wallet panel piece. I'm going to clip it. Match it up. There we go. Line that up. There we go. Okay. I'm going to stitch down that. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. Remove the tape from this welt piece. And line this up the top edge there. Okay. I'm going to stitch that down really quick. There we go. It's our wallet getting there. Kind of move my zipper pocket over a little bit so they line up better. There we go. That looks good. We're getting there. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to hold this piece up and we're going to stitch from here down and back up. Okay? Or, excuse me, we're not going to stitch. We would tape that if we wanted to tape that, but what we're going to do is we're going to stitch it. Okay? Well, that piece that clip didn't want to hold. And what I'm doing is I'm lining up the bottom edges there. The bottom corners on both sides. And then across the bottom. There we go. Okay, got that all clipped together. And then we're going to stitch from here, it's just a little bit, here, across the bottom and back up. Okay? Basically to the bottom of the welt that you had there. Let's see. Let's mark that because there's a marking on there and I want to make sure that I do it. Start it and stop it in the same spot. Okay, that looks good. Close that back on, hold it. Okay, now I've got my mark done. I'll go through and singe my threads. But there we go. She's done. And I think I'm going to do some edge coat. There's the zipper. There's the lining. Everything's right side up like I want it, except these pieces. If I thought about it, I would have cut this piece the other way around, just because it's somewhat directional. But I can put some edge coat here, across here. Okay. When you fold it up, make sure your zipper is out of the way. And we're going to fold it up and snap it closed. And I will edge coat. There we go. Isn't she cute? Oh my gosh. It turned out really good. Really happy with it. Okay, hold on a sec and we will have a chat. See, that took barely an hour. Hold on. Okay, that took us just over an hour if you added the top stitching and everything in. But she turned out really cute. I'm really happy with that. I didn't put my bag tag on here. I could have. It would have been really cute if I'd used this other look. What if I'd put that on the back? It's kind of big. But that would have been cute. But there we go. We've got card slots, slip, zipper, slip, card slots, and slip, an ID window. But there we have the Edgy Essence Wallet by Chris W. Designs. I'm sorry I don't have a pattern for the bow, but I don't think it's too hard to figure out to add a bow. And now I have a matching set. How adorable. Okay, I can't wait to see what you guys make with yours. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.